get started. Okay, so yesterday I was supposed to kind of talk on this, but we had the detailed discussion on Jira and Confluence, right? So today also we'll have some more discussion on Jira and Confluence so that you have the clarity on some of the terminologies, okay? So here, before I kind of get started, I just need to kind of have some uh, high level discussion on the some of the terminologies. Okay, these terminologies you will be hearing more frequently in the coming discussion. Okay, so yesterday we have discussed about the Jira, like wherein we are kind of creating the bugs and issues, right? So in Jira, there are some terminologies which I need to make it clear before, like we have something called as epic, we have task, we have story, we have bug, we have subtask. Okay, like I'm just giving you a high level. You can create this work type as per the organization, as per the project. Okay, it's not that you like whenever you are I mean creating, right? You can create whether it is of epic, whether it is task, story, bugs, and subtasks. I wanted to explain you the difference between all this so that you can have the clarity on like what all things we will be considering. Okay, so if you notice, we are in a process of talking about system testing. Okay, now system testing, we have discussed that it is the third, I would say we have unit integration, and after unit integration, we will be having system. Okay, system testing. So if you remember in system testing, I told you that it's a very broad categorization where it will be involvement of GUI testing, usability testing, functional testing, non-functional testing. Okay. Now we will consider a module so that it is I can explain you in related to that particular module so that you have the clarity on all the stuff. Okay. So we'll have another example today. Okay. So that example, let's say we will have the Orange HRMS website. Okay. Now this website is obviously having a lot of modules. Okay. This website is having a lot of modules. Okay. When I say this website is having a lot of module, when you kind of go and click on login, you guys can see that it is having a lot of modules, out of which I will be focusing on one of the module called as job. Okay. So in admin, if you notice, if you go to admin section, you will see job, guys. Okay. So this menu option, that is job, right? I will consider at a single module. Okay. So I'm talking only in terms of QA, guys. Okay. Like I'm not talking, let's say the developer will develop this job module. No, we are talking in terms of QA validation, guys. Okay. So what is the module name, guys? The module name is job. Okay. So in real time, what you will do for validating job, what you will do, you will go to this particular Jira board. Okay. You will create one epic, guys. Okay. What you will do, you will create what epic. What is that epic talking about? Epic is talking about validate job. Okay. Validate job module. Okay. You can provide the detail, not a problem. Right now, I'm not providing detail, but yes, you can provide the detail. Okay. So once you create a epic, right? This is an epic validate job module. So you can see that it has been highlighted to this color. You can highlight the color as per your wish. Under this particular epic, what happens is, guys, we will kind of discuss about the various other tasks which is part of your job module. Okay. So when I say that, guys, what I mean to say is when you go to job, you have job title, pay grade, employment status, job category, work shift. Okay. So what you will do, guys, you will quickly write down your logic, or let's say you will have the detail about job title, pay grade, employment status. So it will look like job grade, employment status, job title, pay grade, job category, and work shift. job category, and work shift. Am I clear? Understood? So what are these guys? These are the, you can say subtask, or you can say you can create a story basically. Okay. So module epic is nothing but at a very broad level, you are kind of creating an epic. Under epic, you will discover your work, guys. Okay. Under epic, what you will do? You will discover your work. Okay. So now under this epic, we will create our Jira story. Okay. So what is that Jira story? It is nothing but you can say that it is a child or something like that. So you need to write down as a Jira story or something. Okay. So what you can do under Epic, you will create your work item. Okay. So what are those work item? So you can say this as a story. Okay. So I'll explain you how you can add it one more. So here you can see I cannot have this, right? So what you need to do, this is again not our job, guys. Create, go here. Here click on add work type. And this time I'm talking about story, guys. Okay. That's what I mentioned. You need to have multiple stories. Okay. So I have added it. Now I'll go to Epic again. I'll go to Epic again. I'll say that create work item. And this work item is a, let me refresh this page, guys. Okay, so if you notice, it is not visible over here. Okay, so what you can do, you can go to recent and just check recently created. Okay, so here if you notice validate job module, this is the epic. So you are kind of creating work item, and this work item is a story. Okay, what is a story, guys? QA validate job grade module. Guys, please unmute and speak up if at any point you feel it is not clear. Okay. So you have created one story called as um, validate job grade module. Okay. Validate pay grade module. I think pay grade was the name, right? So you are kind of creating the Jira story, which is part of your this epic. So epic is at the broad level. Okay. And you need to kind of make it granular. Okay, make it granular. So that's the whole logic which we do in real time. You need to break down your Jira story into multiple pieces, guys, so that whoever is tracking this, right, he will have the clarity. Okay, validate pay grade. So again, guys, it may happen that this particular story will have multiple subtasks. Okay, sorry, spelling mistake. Module.
What is the meaning of granular? Because
Granular means you are kind of, you have divided epic at the broad level. Epic is having 6 things, right? Sorry, 5 things.
yeah.
Under job grade, you have multiple things, right? So if you notice under job grade, what you will have, so that we will come to know when you go to job grade. Sorry, I think it was job title. So under job title, you will see what you have. You have the feature of addition. You have the feature of deletion. You have the feature of edit. You have the feature of check uncheck, right? So this all feature you need to capture. So where you will capture inside job grade. So under job grade, what you will do? Add a new job, delete a job, edit a job. Okay, so this type of operation we call it as CRUD operation, guys. You can create, you can read, you can update, you can delete. Okay, so that is called CRUD. CRUD. So you can add a job, you can delete a job, you can edit a job. Okay, so you can perform this action where inside job grade, whatever it is, sorry, job title. Okay, so basically you are kind of breaking your story into smaller pieces so that those smaller pieces is validated. Understood, right, everyone? Yes? Anybody has anything to add?
Because what is the epic? Can you say in some other terms like?
Epic is like a particular feature which you are trying to integrate into your application. Okay. So admin was already there. Okay. Under admin, I have one, two, three, four, five, six, seven menu options. Okay. Out of it, let's say user management was already kind of developed and deployed. The next feature or the next menu option which I need to integrate is job. Okay. Although it is job, right? But internally, if you see, we have how many options? Five options. Okay. So if you talk in terms of how many test case, how many, let's say, validation will be required, it's a huge thing. Why? Because inside job title itself, I can perform lot of validation. So same thing will happen with pay grade. Inside pay grade also, I can do lot of things. Okay. Same thing happens in employment status. Under employment status, I can do lot of things. Under job categories, I will do lot of things. So all this you need to kind of make sure that you are validating it.
So
Okay,
it's
so
like a
how?
parent model, right? Or
Yeah, it's a parent, child, grandchild, and so on.
okay.
So you have created this job as a parent. Epic is nothing but a kind of parent QA ticket which you have created. Okay, under that job grade is a child. Add a job will be a grandchild of this epic.
Okay.
Okay. And in future, if you say that this is completed, so it means that this epic is completed. So we are good to go.
Okay.
Okay. So it's
Any
not
of
that,
the sub model is not completed. Also, we can't able to close that epic, right?
no, we should not. We are not supposed to close that epic unless and until all the link ticket are migrated to done status.
Okay.
Okay.
Once the task is done, are we gonna delete this task?
No, no, no. It will remain permanent. It
Okay.
will remain permanent in that Jira ticket. Okay. In future, if somebody wants to refer it, they will refer it. Okay.
Because I have one question. Each task, how many days it will go? It's like a
Yeah.
job means under
You
the children's life.
Yeah.
How
So
many
let's
days it
say
will go?
we have five this thing, right? Which we have
Yeah.
created. Now this will involve everything, guys. Okay. This will involve your GUI testing, usability testing, functional testing. Non-functional will be not involved, but these three types of testing will be involved. Okay. Now you are coming to your query. Okay. So that is something we will discover one more term actually, which is called as planning poker. Okay. We call it as like one of the estimation technique, guys. I'm not saying that this is the only technique. Okay. We have a lot of technique out of which this is the best and let's say easy to understand, easy to kind of execute. That is called as planning poker. Okay. Now, I think somebody mentioned that each task, how many days we want to give, correct? The
Yes.
answer to you only like you need to kind of come up with your QA approach and accordingly, like once it is dev ready, okay, when I say dev ready, means it is deployed on dev or let's say on QA, how many test case are there? How many, let's say, what all are the critical test cases? And how many time like how much time you will take to execute those test case. Okay, I'll give you real time example only. So in this case we have validate job title module. Okay, I know that this is my QA task. Under this task I may create several subtasks or several small tasks. Okay, what are those tasks will be like? Those tasks will be to kind of create the test cases. Okay, create test data. So everything will be kind of click on plus create subtask. So you know that if I want to validate this job title, what all things you will do, right? So that all things again you need to highlight over here. Okay, so test case writing is a part of your validation, right? So you will say, I will be obviously writing my test case for what? For job module. Okay. Now come to this job module again. So we are doing job title. Okay. Now, if you think this particular feature is not that complex, right? It's very straightforward and easy to understand. If you want to delete everything, you will click here, select on delete all. So it will delete it. Okay. If you want, let's say I want to add a new job, you will select add. You need to fill some detail. Okay. Demo job, detail description. So guys, whatever action I'm doing right now, right? You need to have it into your test case. Okay. Please remember that we will discuss later on. So you can see this is called as toast message. In technical term, we call it as toast message. So what I did is I have added the record and you can see that the 28 number has updated to 29. So at the bottom, my content will be there, or I think I have followed some naming, some bad name actually. So it is actually arranged in the alphabetical order. So this is my, like this is the job which I have added. Okay. So right now it is in alphabetical order. You can sort this like ascending, descending. That sorting also, it's a part of validation, guys. Okay. So now here I will perform edit logic. Okay. Edit as in like edit is working or not. Okay. So you need to do for all the field, guys. I'm right now for demo purpose. I'm doing for only single field. After that, I will perform a quick deletion logic. So this is edit. So edit word has been added. After that, I will click on delete. Yes, delete. So that job has been deleted and the count will again become 28. Okay. So overall, this whole thing, right? If you notice, you can complete this validation within, let's say, 4 hours or something. Why I am saying 4 hours, guys? The reason is you need to validate in different browser, different user credentials, right? So this is what you should come up with your logic, saying that I will be able to validate job title like in half day or let's say 6 hours or something. Okay. So that is something we call it as planning poker, guys. Okay. So planning poker is a kind of estimation technique. Okay. Wherein you are kind of segregating your work. Okay. So we follow an approach which is called as Fibonacci series. Okay. What is Fibonacci series? Very straightforward. You start with 1. Actually, it starts with 0, but we are not considering 0. 1, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, 13, 21. Okay, so now this series, actually this series is long, guys. Okay, it's not up to 21. It can go up to n number of record, how many Fibonacci number you want. Okay, so this logic is nothing but it's a concept of adding the previous two number. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 plus 1 is what? 3. Okay, 3 plus 5 is what? 8. 5 plus 8 is what? 13. 13 plus 8 is what? 21. Understood, everyone? Clear? Any questions on Fibonacci series, guys?
Can you repeat once?
Yeah, it's a basically addition of previous two number. Okay. So 1 plus 1 is what? 2. What is 3? 3 is nothing but addition of 1 and 2. What is 5? 5 is nothing but addition of 2 and 3. What is 8? 8 is nothing but addition of 3 and 5. Okay. Perfect.
Okay.
Okay. Perfect. Now, why I'm showing you this, the reason, there is a reason, guys. Okay. Somebody mentioned that, hey, what is the estimation logic, right? So in real time in Jira or in any technical this thing, we will consider 1 equal to 1 working day. Okay. Sometime 1 working day or 1 equal to 8 hours, right? That totally depends on us. Okay. What is product owner or scrum master decided. Okay. So if if your product owner or your scrum master has decided that you need to give story point. Okay, so this is called as story point, guys. Okay, this is called as story point. So based on my this thing, guys, requirement, so it's a query for Lakshmi. Can you tell me for validating this job title, how much time it will require? You can unmute and speak up. For validating job title, Lakshmi. If you are able to hear us, Lakshmi, if you are speaking, you are on mute. Okay, we'll move to JP. You can unmute and speak up.
4 hours.
4 to 4 hours. Okay. So when you say 4 hours, what all things you are considering in terms of validation? Just wanted to know at high level.
Like as you said that 4 hours will take
Yeah.
minimum 4 hours
Ah,
to.
so I'm asking at high level, what all things you will validate? If I give you this for story, like writing the test case or something, so what all things you will validate?
The subtasks.
No,
Can
understand
you
my
just go to?
question. Understand my question again, okay? I'm not talking about all the field, okay? I'm not talking about all the module. I just need to validate one module, that is job title, okay? Now you said that we will take, like you will take 4 hours to validate this section, okay? This whole page, correct? Now my question to you is, what are the major pointers you will consider in terms of validating this whole things? That's what I need, just at high level bullet points, not in detail, okay? Can okay, not a problem. Moving to Lavanya, what do you think?
My question is here you are saying job title means, right? It undercomes to all these features.
Yeah, all the crud up I told you, right? In that's what we have written over here, right?
Yes.
We are talking about add a job, delete a job, edit a job, and there are other features also on this page which I have not listed over here. Okay, so when you say 4 hours, you need to obviously kind of make it this thing, right? You will get 4 hours. That is something you need to convince, right? Why 4 hours?
Yes.
That's what we are
Because it's
discussing that. Yeah,
okay. Once we open the job title, it will come the. Can you open the notepad?
yeah, sure.
Here, add job means it will come again when you touch the screen. This one,
Yes.
it will
Okay.
come under the subtitles also, right?
Yes.
Again and again, one more than 4 hours.
Yeah. So let me make it very clear, guys. When you say the estimation, right? You said that 4 hours or 6 hours or 8 hours, right? Try to understand when I'm asking that what all things you will validate. Okay, that's what my query was. Okay, very simple, guys. I know that you will be having a little bit confusion in terms of what we will validate. Okay, the answer is very simple, guys. You
Uh,
will validate. Yeah, go ahead. Someone wants to say anything? Go ahead, please.
uh, it's my understanding, you're asking for 4 hours, right? So I need to justify for 4 hours what we need to do, right?
Yes, yes. Those pointers will be coming under this particular Jira ticket, basically. Okay. Here you can see description, right? So you need to provide the detail if you are taking 4 hours.
So in that case means I need to explain like if I need to click add one more record should be added like that, right? You're
Yes.
saying.
So this the thing which you told right now, that will jump onto test case writing. Okay. The one which you told just now, that click on add, and if you are adding a record, it will like the record will be getting updated. Okay.
Mm,
So
mm.
that will come under test case writing. Okay. So here I want to have is like you will validate the UI, you will validate the functional flow. Okay, that's what we are discussing, guys. GUI testing, usability testing, functional testing. These are the three major pointers which you will have, which you will consider when you are validating job title part. Okay, very simple, guys. These are not detailed, guys. These are just at a high level. Now, when you go to GUI testing little bit more detail, what all things you will see? In GUI, you need to validate the font, you need to validate the button size, you need to validate the font of this part, you need to validate the color logic which has been applied to this. You need to validate the button, the size of this button, the size of this button. You need to validate the checkbox color. It is coming as per the theme or not. Okay, you need to click on edit. You need to check whether this I'm talking in terms of GUI, guys. When it comes to GUI is nothing but graphical user interface. So it is talking about whether this font is totally cool, this font is readable or not, this font is readable or not. So all this pointer will come under which category, guys? GUI testing. Am I clear? Understood, guys? Everyone?
So job is a subtask of GUI testing.
Which job?
You just
The one which
showed
you are
that.
doing. Yeah. So this job title will have a lot of things to do. Okay. The one thing was test case writing. Okay. That we will discuss later on. Okay.
Okay.
The second thing which we are talking about is GUI testing. Okay. So
Okay,
GUI testing.
I'm getting confused between this CRUD operations and this
Mhm.
job thing.
See,
So
try to understand. So this all CRUD operation will move into our test case writing, guys. Okay, don't worry. So the CRUD operation, you are through that. You are correct that CRUD operation will also require, but that will come under which testing, guys? Functional testing. Okay, functional testing. When I say functional testing, I'm talking about third thing. Please
okay,
understand this. Okay,
okay,
and the yeah, go ahead,
let's
please.
go from like module by module. What
Yeah,
all comes under GUI module?
yeah, GUI, see, we will discuss that in detail. GUI,
Okay.
we will have a lot of things actually. Okay. You can see the UI right now, right?
Yeah.
The font size is correct. It is as per, like, you need to check in the mobile view also, right? So let's say in mobile view, how it is looking. I'm just giving a high level example. I'm not saying that these are the exact font size. These are the exact UI. Okay. Don't go with that wording. Okay, let's say in iPhone SE, it is looking like this. I'm just giving a high level example. Okay. In let's say Samsung Galaxy Tab, it is looking like this. Okay. So these are the look and feel. Okay. It may be correct, it may be incorrect, somewhere here and there. But whenever you are validating in real time, okay, when it comes to GUI testing, you need to kind of consider that everything is kind of aligned correctly. Okay, I'll just give you one quick example over here so that you can relate to things what I'm speaking. Okay, so here if I say 21, 27 record found is something which I can see right now. Okay, and here I can I'll quickly do one quick thing, guys, so that you can relate the bug also. Okay, so let me show you that. This is from the dev side. Okay, you will not do this. Okay. Um 1 second. Job title, color. Okay. So I'm making this as 40. Okay. Just I'm showing you in real time what will happen. Sometime what happens, this job title is looking weird now, right? You can see that the font is like little bit on the higher side. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, you have increased the size, font
I
size.
I I I have increased for our understanding purpose that you can see that this UI looks good, but somehow this font is not correct. Okay, so what you will say, this validation or this bug is a part of your GUI check. Okay, in GUI bug, sorry, in GUI checklist, you see that the font is on the, you see, it may be the customer requirement, but our point is suggestion that this font is little bit on the higher side. Okay, can you make it align with whatever we have the other option? Okay, next, I'll show you one more logic wherein, let's say this account assistant is there, right? So I'm just showing you the bugs also so that you can relate in real time how like what are the different bugs we get in real time. Okay. Now this is a font weight, guys. Okay. If I make this as, let's say, 800, so you can see that this became bold, little bit bold, guys. Okay. If I make this as 100, you will see it is very light. It is very
Great.
hard to read out. I mean, we need to put pressure on our eyes to kind of understand, right? Getting my point?
Yeah, it's very small in size, the font
Yeah,
size.
very small, and I mean, it's like grayed out. So this is perfect. Like 400 was perfect, where we are able to see the content. Okay. But in real time, what happens, guys? What I mean to say, this whole process, this whole things will come under GUI testing, guys. Okay. You
Understood
need to
now.
click,
Yeah.
yeah, you need to click on add, whether ad is having the correct font, correct this thing description. When you keep this asterisk field empty, and if you click on save, whether it is highlighting in red or not. Okay. So all these pointers are nothing but GUI validation, guys. Am I clear? Understood GUI part?
So
Yes. And I,
GUI part means developer team, right?
GUI part means once
We are not
the
doing anything added and color.
see color
Even
and everything,
information.
what you will have is you will get the Figma. Okay. You will
Okay.
get some detail from the Scrum Master saying that your screen should look like this. Okay. They will provide you the expected screen. Okay. And in
Okay.
expected screen, you will see that the job title font is this much only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but somehow you saw that this font is little bit bigger, like on the higher side or something, right? So you need to
Yes.
raise the defect for that, saying that in Figma, in mockup screen, the job title size is small or high, but in real time, it is on the slower side, like lower, it is on the lower side. You need to write the expected and the actual.
So
Okay.
in my point is we are not any editing point, right? We are not doing any editing point. We are just intimate them, right? This
Yeah, you need
font
to raise
size.
this font size related what you are doing. You are raising a bug, right? Raising a defect.
Yes. Yes.
Raising a defect. That's it. So you will raise the defect under which particular logic? You will raise the defect under validate job title module.
Okay. We are raising only, not we are editing point.
No, so that's what I told. This thing which I told just now is coming under GUI validation, guys. Okay.
Okay.
When you are saying
Got it.
editing or let's say deleting or those type of scenario, that will come under third logic, that is functional
Mm.
test. Okay.
Got it. Thank you.
Okay. So any questions on GUI testing, guys?
Because I have one doubt, Vikas.
Shashikala, go ahead, please.
Yeah, so like you said, GUI is is part of the system testing, right? So from
Mm-hmm.
our perspective, we are seeing what do you say, the graphical user interface side. So
Mm-hmm.
we
Mm-hmm.
only need to give the our comments or description, whatever it is, but we will not be doing anything changes on this, right?
No, you should not. You are not doing that changes. Developer will do that changes.
Okay,
Yeah,
so these
same
are all,
question on me.
yeah, because since you are explaining in a higher level perspective, so I'm
Yeah.
just making sure that I got it right, Vikas.
Yeah, that's correct. So basically what happens in real time, you will have a mock-up screens, guys. Okay. I am not sure whether you guys have used some of the tools. Okay. So there are various mock-up screen preparation, like mock-up screen softwares available. Okay. Like one of them is the one which I know is Figma. Okay. So what they will do is they will kind of give the access to you to Figma, okay, wherein the screen which you can see right now over here, okay, like this part only, this part, this whole screen, they will capture in terms of like Figma basically, okay. So you need to, in Figma, you will have the font name also, font size also, font color also, font, everything, guys. All the detail will be present in Figma. Okay. So your job is to understand what that Figma is talking about. Okay. How is the UI? Okay. So if the UI, whatever is present in Figma, like this, right? You will have separate, guys. You will have separate for mobile, separate for web. Okay. So whatever is present for web, it should be matching with this. Understood, everyone? So there will be some mock-up screen which is provided. Okay, I'm not saying, see, once it is done for job, they may say that for pay grade you need to use the same logic. For employment status you need to do, because the UI is same, guys. Okay, you just need to have the title and you need to have a tabular logic, right? So you need to assume things in that case, because what happens in real time, the requirement may be only for, let's say, one screen, and remaining screen, if they are similar, then you need to assume that the content or the things which are kind of appearing on job title, it will be kind of similar on the other screens as well. Okay, and accordingly you need to validate. Am I clear? Understood?
Yes.
Okay, so in GUI, to be honest, there are various points, guys. Okay, these are the pointers. Very well, like obviously, you will have the clarity once you. I'm not saying you need to match exact font or everything. That is a part of your job, right? GUI checklist, guys. Please remember that. Okay, in real time, you need to validate lot of things actually. Okay, but it will be applicable for one screen. Later on, you will feel very easy for other screen. Why? Because the content, the way the screen is kind of getting displayed, everything is same. Okay. So you obviously from the checklist perspective, you need to validate, but it will not take that much amount of time which job has taken, like job title has taken. Sorry. Okay. So graphical user interface is nothing but you are checking the UI, which is including all the elements such as menus, checkbox, button, color, font, size, icon, content, images. Okay, please remember this. And this is the checklist, guys. I hope you guys can see. That's what we discussed, right?
Because
Go ahead, please.
you said like in mockup screen they will provide you all the font size and everything, right? So when
Yes.
comes to the actual screen, in that also when we over it, it will show the font size that is it is what's developed by the developer. In that screen also it will be showing the size and all, or we need to inspect like what you do before like that.
Yeah. So good question. How we will come to know job, let's say, what is the font color of job title? What is the color of record font, right? That may be your query, right?
Hmm.
It is very hard. Each time I'm inspecting and going and checking the color, because you guys are aware that color values are always displayed in the hexadecimal, like 6 digit, correct? So in real time, what happens, guys? There are various plugins available. Okay, if your project is not having any security concerns, okay, you guys can download those plugin and play around with that. Okay. Otherwise, the only option is you need to inspect it. Okay. You need to kind of open this inspector, click on this area, guys, which is saying that select an element in the page to inspect it. After that, you need to go to the respective value, and here you will see the color value, guys. Okay. 64728C. Okay. So this is the color of job title.
So this
Okay.
should match with the mock screen, right?
This should match with the mock screen.
Okay.
Second, font size, sorry, font family. That is, you guys can see that it is something called as Nunito Sans sans serif. Sans serif is a family. Nunito Sans is the name of the font, guys. Next is font size. Font size is 16px. And the next is font weight, which is 700. Okay. So this validation will be time consuming for the first job title. Okay. Otherwise, see, it will be hardly like one first time when you are doing, right, it will be little bit on time consuming part, but later on, whatever four are there, right, it will be easy for the one who is doing the testing on that. Okay, clear, everyone?
Yes.
Okay, so somebody wants to, let's say, add this or change this, let's say Calibri, so you can see that job title value got updated. we are not doing, guys. Again, I'm repeating, UI UX developer will do. We call it as front-end developer. Okay. You refresh the page again, it will revert the the change, guys. Okay. Okay. So GUI testing, I hope everyone are clear. Okay. Perfect. Because it's a huge list, guys. And you need to validate the hyperlink also. Okay. It's not like you will validate only this thing. There are hyperlink, right? You may have seen social network icon also at the bottom, right? So you need to click on that. I mean, the placement and everything. Those are correct or not. Okay. Okay. Any questions so far, guys? Anyone? Very important. Uh, the estimation will be around 6 hours plus actually for first job title. Okay. Remaining I can do in 3 hours. Okay. So job title 6 hours, pay grade 3 4 threes are 12, 12 plus 6, 18. So 18 is considered around 2.5 day, guys. Okay. Like actually it is considered 2 days, but 8 hours per day, right? So 8 to the 16, 16 plus 2, 18. So we will consider what, guys? We will consider minimum like 3 days actually. Okay. So this is the way you kind of estimate the things, and then you will come to a point that I need to kind of consider how many story points, guys. Can anyone tell me if I'm considering 3 days?
34.
3 days means I will be considering three story point, guys. Okay. So now it is up to the organization. If they are saying that one SP is equal to 8 hours or one SP is equal to 4 hours. Okay. What I mean to say, I am again repeating, guys. Story point 1 is equal to what? I said 4 hours. Then story point for me, for my case, that is I need 18, 4 3s are 12, 4 4 is 16. So 4 story point I need to consider. So which will be 16 hours. I'm just giving an example, but it is better to have the story point of one story point equivalent to 1 day. Okay. So what I need to do is I need to update the story point value of this part, which is nothing but 3 story point. Okay. So in future, whoever is picking this task, his or her
Because
3 days are blocked. Yeah, go ahead, please.
when you say you need 8 hours, 16 hours for your story point, are you saying from one resource point of view or
One.
from your team point of view?
See, again here, whatever SPs I am talking about, guys, it is individual, individual contributor. Okay. It's not like 4 people are working, then 4 will take different tasks, guys. Okay. Obviously, all 4 people will not involve in job title validation. Okay. Out of 4, let's say there are 3 QA members. So one will take this, one will take this, one will take this. Okay. This may have 2 story point. This may have 6 story point. Correct? Sorry, not 6, 5 story points. So again, that 5 story point needs to be broken down, guys. Okay. Please remember, as I told you, you should not go beyond 3 SP. Okay. Every time your story point, if it is going beyond 8 or 5, you need to break it down, guys. If it is 5, you will break it down into 3 and 2. If it is 8, then you will break it down into 3 and 5, and that 5 will be again broken down into 3 and 2. Okay. So please remember, you cannot have a Jira story which has the story point 8 SP. Please remember, in real time I'm talking. Okay. If it is 8 SP, what you will do? You will break into 3 SP and 5 SP and 3 SP. That 5 SP will be again broken down into what, guys? 3 SP and 2 SP. Everyone following me, guys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Can anyone tell me the reason why is it so?
When we are doing middle of the problem will come, right?
8 SP and 5 SP means huge work, right? It's a 5 days of work. Getting my point? 5
Yes.
SP means what? 5 days of work.
It increases number of hours, right? So we need to break it down.
We need to, it's better always remember, that's what I told at the very beginning. You need to kind of break down your respective QA story into granular level. Okay? Because in future, if they ask you why you have taken 5 SP, then you can mention that the first like test case creation was 1 SP, then execution was 1 SP. All these pointers, it should be present into your respective epic or respective story, which is present under that epic. Okay. If I am giving you 5 SP particular Jira story, then it's your job to kind of divide into two. Okay. That is 3 and 2. 3 SP work should look like 3 SP. It should not happen that 3 SP work, it is just checking the footer link. Okay. I'm saying that validate the footer link, and that particular task you have given 3 SP, that it doesn't make sense, guys. Okay. So whoever will review your Jira story, he will have the clarity why 3 SP, why 2 SP. Okay. If it is 2 SP, then your detail should be present in that Jira story, guys. Okay. Here I have written QA validate job title module. So I said that in this first we will kind of test case creation. Okay. Second, test case execution. Okay. And this is something I will take 1 SP, and this test case execution I will take 2 SP. So this is how I am breaking my logic. Test case writing will be 1 story point, and QA test case execution will be 2 SP work. So my job will be within a day, you need to complete the test case writing of this. Okay. What is the advantage of writing test case? Can anyone tell me?
It will be in step-by-step process, so that can be easy.
It will be a detailed step-by-step process. Guys, please remember when you write your test case, okay, please remember this. You are actually executing it. Okay. If you want to add something, you will click on add, you will add the title, you will click on save. Okay. So at the same time, you are executing and then you are writing in a Excel or whatever file that we will discuss later. You are writing it. So you are at the same time, you are executing. So in test case writing only, you will get the detail about the respective flow, guys. So when I say detail about the flow, the CRUD operation, right? Whatever is there, you will get the detail about it. Okay, that's the reason, guys. Test case writing will make your this particular execution very easy, because in real time, whenever you write the test case, once the application is stable, guys. Okay, so when you write the test case, you got the clarity where I need to click, what all data I need to fill, where I need to click submit, right? So all this step only you are updating where you are updating in your Excel sheet or wherever you are writing your test case, so that it is easy when you will execute. So in execution, you can take time, guys. That's what I told. In execution, you can take 2 SPs of work. So 2 days you are executing the test case. Okay. Any queries, any questions, anyone? Okay, perfect. Moving on, you guys can see that we have usability testing. Okay. Usability is nothing but how is the customer and experience when he is using that application. You got what I'm saying? When I am adding a particular customer, how I am feeling, whether the experience is smooth or whether I am getting lot of impediment, I mean obstacle or something that you need to discover. Okay. So when I'm adding a job, let's say job title, okay, demo, usability testing, okay. So I'm just giving an example. You can attach the file also, guys, okay. But it is not mandatory. That's the reason I have not added it. So this is required field, guys, okay. So you need to validate whether it is required or not. Click on save. If it is saving, then it's a bug because there was asterisk sign beside that field, okay. So it has added, guys, okay. So it's a bug. Now, usability, if you notice, we got a beautiful toast message, green color at the bottom, if you notice, right? And when you guys are deleting, you are getting a pop-up, confirmation pop-up. This is called as web-based pop-up, guys. So this is also getting like, this is also looking good in terms of look and feel. And the experience is also smooth. And again, we got the toast message. This is called toast message, guys, which is appearing for fraction of second and it goes away. Okay, almost like 2-3 seconds. If you click on edit, click on save, the experience is smooth. So all this logic, whatever I'm speaking right now, correct? That comes under usability logic, guys. Am I clear, everyone? So it's more or less similar what I told just now, like few minutes ago, in terms of, because all this testing at the end is actually for single module, right? So you may come across with several terms, but at the end you are doing the same thing again and again, guys. That's what we usually do in testing, guys. Okay. Now when I will come to functional testing, guys, okay, very important. When I will come to functional testing, you can see that we need to validate this many things, okay. But in real time, what we will do in functional testing, we will do majorly the CRUD operation, okay. Whether you are able to add a new user, whether you are able to delete the old user, whether you are able to edit the old user, and whether you are able to kind of update the existing user, okay. So let's say I'll give you a real-time example, guys. This chief technical officer is present, okay. Now your job title will have a requirement that you cannot have a job of two same name. So you can see that we got an error. What error it is saying that it is already
Exists.
exists,
Exits.
correct? You need to change the name, you need to change the title or something so that error goes away. So this type of validation you guys need to discover, guys. Okay, so when you try to add a job title, what all scenarios you can think of, what all detail, because when you add, right, you see how many field, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here one required is there, but this required actually I'm not sure if, because this note is over here, this is for something else. This is just an instruction, guys, I believe. Okay. Instruction as in wherever there is asterisk, it means required. Okay. So asterisk means required. Only one field is there. So there is no error, guys, because note is not having asterisk over here. Okay. Clear? And here one more instruction is there that you can upload the file only of 1 M, like up to 1 MB. So if you try to upload something, let's say 5 MB or something, right, it may kind of provide the error. Okay, so if I upload this, which is of, let's say 5.1 MB, it may throw an error. This, so file type is also very important. File type is also not allowed. So might be some format are already decided, which is JPG, PNG, or those type of images. Okay, so you need to upload those type of file only. So this detail will be provided to you by the developer, guys. So don't worry on that part. And based on that only you will start writing your test case, guys. Okay. So in functional flow, guys, what you will do, guys, in functional flow, you will validate all the operations, that is the CRUD operation is kind of working smoothly. Okay. Perfect. I'll take a pause here, guys. Let me just quickly go through. Um,
Because I have one doubt. When you're
Go ahead,
creating
please.
the job title, right? creating the same name, we got an error pop-up like already exists, right?
Already exists, right?
That scenario will be provided in the document, or we need to think and we need to test it, right?
Yeah, so that will be provided in the requirement document. Okay. Job title should be unique. It will be like that. Okay, so you need to kind of consider and understand.
Okay.
Okay. Now there may be some more requirement saying that this job description cannot be more than 240 characters. Okay, this also will be provided in the requirement. Okay, so this is what we kind of do boundary. This comes under one category, guys, which is nothing but you are validating the max minimum, right? Minimum is empty, like it is not mandatory field, so you can keep it empty. Maximum, if you notice, we got an error already. It should not exceed 400 characters. So unless and until you don't resolve these three error, although you click save, nothing will happen. Okay. Understood, everyone? Okay, perfect. So if you guys now comfortable in terms of performing the validation, can anybody tell me the lump sum? I'm not saying exact, guys. What would be the lump sum count of the test cases for this job title module? I'm saying lump sum, okay? I don't need the exact count, just roughly.
Like 100 or 120?
100 to 120.
Yeah.
Okay. About others? Rough estimation, ballpark,
It's like 80 to 85, like that.
80 to 85. The reason I'm asking, guys, you can understand, right? When you say that job title will have, let's say, so and so test case, the same count will jump to pay grade also, guys. Okay, same count. There will be no major change. Under pay grade also, you will have name. So here only one field is there. So you don't have any other field. So the count of test case, in this case, it will be less. But yeah, overall, you will see that whatever test case you are writing for job title, you may kind of repeat that, guys. Okay. Repeat as in you can just modify some of the keywords. I mean, keywords as in you need to replace it. Otherwise, almost like everything will be almost looking similar. Okay. So if you notice, employment status and pay grade are almost same. There is no change. Okay. The next second last is job category. So when you say job category, this is also same, guys. Work shift. So you are just increasing the count of test case. Yeah, in work shift, you have something called as working hour. Okay. So here it is like the count will be different. But yeah, that is correct. The range of test case will be between 85 to 100, 110, guys. Okay. But that is only for job title. I'm not saying for other field, guys. Okay. Now, again, one more query. Some like those who are saying 85, can you just highlight me around minimum like five critical test case? Do you think like these are the five critical test case? Unless and until these are not executed, we will not be able to validate this. That's what. So what are those five critical? Only five, yeah? Not I'm not talking about more than let's say 100 or something. Just five high level test case at one liner. What do you think? What are those?
Job title should be there.
When we click on delete, it should be deleted.
Mm-hmm.
And same as the edit also should be done.
Record count must be the same as the records.
This record found should be same as the count of record which is present. Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when click on checkbox, should behave, and click on add also, you should add one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
Only for the job title you're asking, right? Or
Every complete job title. not for all these many options, only job title. Okay. So very simple, guys. You can see that this list is present. Okay. I'll show you quick example also so that you can kind of take the advantage of that. Okay. As I told you, right, nowadays, manual QA, kind of obviously, whenever it is required, you guys can take the help of respective LLMs, right? Because test case writing nowadays, no one kind of do it manually, to be honest. Okay. I'm giving you real time example. Don't get me wrong. Because what happens is nowadays, almost like everyone are kind of using some or the other this features, okay, which is available in the respective section. Okay. I hope everyone agrees to that. Okay. If anybody is kind of having any this thing, please feel free to unmute and speak up. Okay. Why I am saying is just to kind of give you an idea how I will generate the test case. I'm not saying all the test case will be correct. All the test case will be, let's say, you need to review that. That is for sure. Okay. You cannot deny that. Okay. So what I'm doing is I'm copying this URL simply. Okay. Nothing high level. I'll go to Chat GPT. Okay. I'm just having a prompt, create a complete test case for for job title for below application. Okay. Include positive as well as, I hope you guys are aware what is positive and negative. If not, not a problem. We will discuss that in detail later on. Okay. So here what it will do, guys, for job title. Okay. You can see that it is showing you some high level view job title, UI element, valid job search, case insensitive search, test search logic. Okay. If search is present or not. Okay. I think for us, search is not present. Okay. So search bar is present over here. If yes, then the search related test case will be added. Okay. Then you can see negative test case, blank job title, duplicate job title, special character, max length exceeded, SQL text script, edit edit title successfully, edit description. Okay. So all this will give you high level insight. Okay. I'm not saying that those are the exact test case again. Okay. Those will give you some high level understanding that how you will write your test case. Okay. So you need to kind of create a doc which will have all the steps, which is kind of just now I showed you, and update it as per our requirement. Okay. Don't go with that logic. Our requirement is not having search. So search related test case will be not part of my QA validation. Okay. Sorting is there. Yes. Sorting ascending is working. Yes. Sorting descending is working. Yes. By default sorting is ascending. Yes. All checkbox are getting selected. Yes. Once you select any checkbox, delete button is getting enabled. Yes. Once you click on add, all this UI element are kind of, UI form is kind of appearing. Yes. After filling, toast message is coming successfully. Yes. If I keep job title blank, I'm getting error message require. Yes. So all this will be kind of updated in your document, guys. Am I clear, everyone? Just at high level, I'm talking.
Okay.
Yes. Clear, everyone? Understood?
Yes.
Perfect. So moving on, guys, here I am stuck at functional testing. I'll come to non-functional testing. Why I'm not covering non-functional? Because non-functional is not part of our scope, guys. Non-functional altogether, it's a different domain. Okay. I'll give you one quick example. You guys have used IRCTC website in India? I mean, I'm not sure from Sweden it is we are able to launch the URL or not. I'm not sure about that. But have you guys used this application?
Yes, Vikas, to book train tickets and all.
Yes.
It depends upon the load, right?
Yes, yes. So you guys can have like those who are using Android or iOS mobile, there is an app also like IRCTC app also. Why I'm showing you this application, there is a reason behind that actually. So there is a Tatkal timing, guys, in India, which is nothing but it's 11 a.m. in the morning, and there is 10 a.m. in the morning. Like 10 a.m. is for AC category, like 3 tier, 2 tier, 1 tier, and 11 a.m. is for the sleeper class, guys. Okay. So NFT, which I'm talking about, that is non-functional, guys. Okay. Non-functional testing is something which is talking purely about the performance. There are a lot of type of like lot of this thing, different things which needs to be done in non-functional testing. But one of them is performance testing, which is highest this thing, guys, highest priority. Okay, why I showed this application? When you try to access this application around 11 a.m. in the morning IST time zone, or you try to access during, let's say, 10 a.m. in the morning during IST time zone, it will keep on loading, keep on loading, keep on loading. Okay, because the number of user on this application will be on the relatively higher side, guys. Okay, so that discussion is nothing but it comes under the performance testing, guys. Okay, so even you guys might have, let's say, Black Friday sale, or let's say some happy hours in some of the website, right? So when you try to access those website at those point of time, right? 12 a.m., 12 p.m., whatever it is, you will see that those websites are giving 500 error, internal server error, those type of error code sometime. Okay. So that is due to what? Because that website or that application is not validated completely. The performance testing is not done completely, guys. Okay. So non-functional testing, we have various categorization, guys, which is nothing but, if you notice, performance testing is one of them. Security, recovery, compatibility, configuration testing, installation testing, sanitation testing, garbage testing. So all this is a part of NFT, guys. Okay. Right now we are not we are not talking about any of this type of testing. We are purely talking about this three black color, that is which is GUI, usability, and functional testing. Okay. Perfect.
Because I have a question. Who will test this non-functional testing, like a developer side or the testers who
No,
are separately
we,
trained for this?
no, we only will do. Actually, there is a
Mm-hmm.
separate domain actually. If you
Okay.
want to, a manual tester will not do, to be honest. Okay, there will be a dedicated team. We call it as performance QA, performance engineer. Okay.
Okay.
The security testers are called as security engineer, QA security engineers. Okay.
Mm,
So there are
okay.
some open source tool also, some paid tool also, such as JMeter, such as Load Runner, Neo Load. Okay. So we will, those who are in the performance testing domain, they need to be expertise in this particular tool. Okay.
Okay. For example, like banking systems, uh, so they use like JMeter, how you specify this one, and they test the
Yeah.
systems. Okay.
In JMeter, we have the very beautiful, like it is very easy to download and configure actually. For API testing, it is very straightforward. Okay. For UI testing, for UI performance testing, there is actually one more tool which we integrate along with JMeter, which is called as BlazeMeter. Okay. It is a very good tool, but this is actually coming with the paid logic. Okay.
Okay.
So if your like respective client or someone is agreeing to have the payment or something, then this particular tool provides very beautiful reports. Okay. Which
Okay.
can be easy to understand, and you make the change, again you run it. But initially, obviously, due to low cost, low budget, they will obviously ask you to have it on JMeter. Okay, because JMeter is an open source. That's the reason.
Okay. So Postman is not a non-functional testing. Like Postman is also a testing of
Postman
API,
is
right?
a functional, Postman you can consider as a functional testing tool. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
if you want to do some limited performance testing, you will be able to do. But if you want to run, let's say 1,000 user, 2,000 user, it will not support, to be honest. Okay, it can support up to, I think, 50 user. After that, it will not support.
Okay, got it.
And in Postman, obviously, you will be able to do only API performance testing. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
you will not be able to do UI performance.
Okay, Vikas.
Perfect, clear, everyone?